Hi, Pete Tong here, just giving you a rundown of some of my favourite tracks on the Wonderland CD for this summer, 2010. First track is the Gorillaz. Massive fan of all things Damon Albarn, and when I first heard Stylo, I actually rang the record company up and demanded the parts to it so we could give it a bit of a re-rub. I mean, there were some great remixes of it by Alex Metric. That one in particular comes to mind, but there was nothing really in the kind of area of the kind of music I play in the club, so we wanted to do our own mix. Tong Rogers, we did that, sent it to Damon. I think he was in Morocco or somewhere at the time he heard it, and he approved it, and we've got it on the album, and it'll be exclusively available to you to download as an individual track as well. Get It is a collaboration between myself and my regular studio partner Paul Rogers. It features on the Tong Rogers EP that came out last month on Touring Records, and it is banging. Rasmus Faber, this is a bit of a weird one. It's called The Wilder Side. It's a track actually Defected sent me some time ago, and I kept listening to it, and it wasn't really in a version I could ever play in a club, but I did really have the hots for Candi Staton's voice. I mean, Candi Staton is one of the kind of all-time great soul voices, so I actually was surprised that she was still alive. Anyway, so she crops up on this record. I'm very glad she's alive, because the vocal is totally iconic, and it's another one that I just felt we might be able to do something with on the album, so kind of got the parts and reorganised it, and it's a fitting finish to the end of side one. Kaiserdisco, a new production and DJ duo from Hamburg, kind of following in the footsteps of the kind of Oliver Hunterman sound and Dubfire's kind of disco techno sound, and just love their productions, love their sound, and just had to get a track of theirs onto the album. The one that we'll feature is called Aguja. Green is a very young man from Kent, very talented, rising DJ, producer. Already in his infancy has had tracks appear on labels as cool as Cocoon and Get Physical. When I was putting this album together, he's one of the guys I actually rang and said, give me something extremely hot, not only for this CD, but for a track that we could actually feature at the Wonderland parties all summer, and he really hit the nail on the head and gave me a track called Cobra Charmer, which the Wonderland dancers will be performing in the club all summer as well. Hey Hey, Dennis Ferrer, what can I say other than the fact that it's already to me like an all-time house classic. Appeared just as the closing parties were happening at the end of last summer, early autumn, and well, it deserves a summer, and that's why it's back on this CD. I don't think anyone's tired of it. The record's getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and it's on there. Simian Mobile Disco are one of the great new electronic groups to emerge from the UK during the last couple of years. Last album featured Beth Ditto on a track called Cruel Intentions. This got remixed by DJ Pierre, a kind of house legend from Chicago, and then it got re-edited by a mate of mine, Mr. John Digweed, and that's on this album exclusively for your ears. Favourite moments on the CD is the coming together of Jimpster's remix of Just Right from Josh Wink. Never tire of Josh Wink, and this record was just amazing. But we actually managed to merge it with You Can Dance, featuring the wonderful voice of Mr. Bryan Ferry. Bryan Ferry, of course, is doing the opening party at Wonderland. Bambola, a good story about this one. One of my regular listeners and followers based in LA got hold of me a couple of months ago and said, have you heard this tune? Sent me a clip of it, and he even though he was in LA, he'd actually managed to stream it from a radio station in Ibiza. And well, anyway, we tracked the track down. It is magnificent, from an Italian DJ called Tuccillo. And it started life as a bootleg, but it's all been approved now. But it's basically a reworking of a real Italian standard, La Bambola, by a lady called Pravo. In the UK and many parts of the world, this song isn't known, but I've played it in Italy a few times since I've had it, and it is it's a huge moment. So very happy that we were able to include that on Wonderland 210.
Girar